It took a while for it to go live, but we are live here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well today. Pause that music, and this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And today I wanted to talk about cadence. What is it? Why? Same bat time, same bat channel. I used to hear that when I was growing up as a kid, listening to Batman on the regular broadcast television. And make it a natural event. So listen to a little bit of Bob Proctor talking about repetition to make things seem natural. So when you really want to go do something, it just happens. And part of that's what cadence is. And I don't know if not everyone gets that. So I want to dive into that a little bit today on this Thursday. And I want to thank you for joining us. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical, tactical way so you can get home to family and friends without working crazy hours. It's reflecting on years of working too many hours and have a little fun along the way. And today I want to talk about cadence. Not enough. Everyone's all cadence. We have the same thing. We do the same once a week. We do this, blah, 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 blah. So, but it's a little bit different to that. It's a little more. I've had a couple people that Scrum Masters that would change daily scrums throughout the day based on what was going on. Throughout my whole 10 years, Scrum Masters, only time I would do an exception when everybody was out. They would move sprint plannings, reviews, retros, different days of the week, and all this kind of stuff. And I was never a big fan of that. And the reason why I wanted to make things natural and feel like they're natural and not exception to the rule so that you have to work extra hard to do it. It just came naturally. Some might call it a zombie scrum, some might be, or something like that. But that's because the inner workings of that event aren't too good. But the idea behind cadence, why the cadence? You want it to become a natural thing so that you can progress and just grow. Bob Proctor talks about using repetition, writing your goals every day. Just write the same goal every day until it becomes natural. This is what I want to do. This is where I'm going to be. And the same goes through this cadence idea. And of course, it's not, you don't have a 15-page document for the Scrum guide, right? I think it's 15. I think it's 4. I don't know. It's less pages now. But the cadence, why the cadence? So we got a comment here. Let's see who's got comments. Hey, good morning. So we got Divine Love here on commenting in LinkedIn. So good morning. So the cadence part. Is it okay to move the meetings around? Preferred not to be honest with you. The way I set up my Scrum teams is that people would ask, when is this? When should I be there? I always make it so on the same day, the same time of week, this is what happens. So no manager, no stakeholder, nobody could say, when is it? Well, they will. I'm just going to be honest with you. They will. But as it becomes a regular, recurring, repetitive thing, they know when they can be there to show up, participate. And they get their mind geared up for that, right? Oh, I know on Monday, this is like my kids' baseball. Kids' baseball is on Friday nights. Soccer is on Mondays and Saturdays. I know what it is. I don't even really have to look at the calendar. What messes me up is when they move it because of the rain. We have had lots of rain. It's like, oh God, I got to figure out what's going on. I got to move things around. Panic sets in. What do we do? Same thing goes on with Scrum, right? If you have your daily Scrum at the same time every day, and you got to get the group to agree what that time should be. Some people will say it has to be in the morning. Some has to say it has to be in the evening. It depends what the team works best. But it should be the same time. So they all know I get to work, I get my coffee, I go and do my daily Scrum. It's not a big deal. I don't have to go crazy because I know it's always there. It's a natural part of being in Scrum. And people don't understand that because I'm going to tell you right now, when I watch meetings go from morning to afternoon to evening and back throughout the week, it's very confusing. I don't know where I need to be. I can tell people off the top of my head, between this time and this time, I'm going to daily Scrum, so do not schedule a meeting. I know it. I'm comfortable with saying that because I'm pretty sure that I will be in some kind of daily Scrum or event for a team. And it's easy for me. It's a snap. I don't even think about it. I just naturally do it. These are the kind of things you want to create as a scrum master and as a coach in your organization, your enterprise. It becomes a natural event. So if your sprint starts on Monday, then you'll always do sprint planning on that Monday. And it takes that day. Everyone knows we're sprint planning. That is the thing we're going to do that day, right? It's not other meetings. No. We're not doing other meetings on that day. It's sprint planning day. Sorry, we're not meeting with a contractor. We're not meeting with somebody else on that day because that's sprint planning day. And the same thing goes from an enterprise perspective. When you do this for an enterprise perspective, everyone knows you don't schedule town halls on sprint planning day because everyone's sprint planning. It's a no-brainer. It's something that's done, and management understands that. They should understand that, and you have to coach them to understand that. But if you do not do their repetition, they will never understand it, and they will cause havoc in your natural thought process. Same thing goes with sprint review and sprint retrospective. Always try to have it on the same time, whether it be, and I look in chunks of time, to be honest with you. So I don't necessarily go what hour, but when those big events happen, maybe the review is in the morning, or maybe the review is a day before the close of the sprint, and then the retro is always in the morning, right? So you can do your stuff, you can retrospect on what happened in the review, and it's always important. It goes in this order. Got to go review, and then your retrospect, including a retrospective on how the review went. But it's like I would do, okay, we're always doing, let's say the sprint ends on a Friday. Let's just say, just for grins, Friday. So you would end, or you pick what days, what the team wants. Maybe it's Wednesday that they do their review. Maybe it's in the evening on Wednesday. Maybe it's the morning on that Thursday, or maybe it's that evening. But I'd look at that big chunk of time, put it in there. So every sprint, we always know when the review is, and the stakeholders know, so they show up. It becomes part of their natural occurrence. They don't think about it. They go, oh my God, I got to go now. No, it's another natural occurrence. What happens in that meeting to make it interesting for them is up to you as a facilitator, and that we can talk about it on a different time. But it's very important to have that cadence, because now it's a natural occurrence. There's no question about it. You know what? It just happens. And that's the same thing Bob Proctor talks about, repetition. You do it enough time, and he says do this in the evening, in the morning, when you do your goals. But you do it enough time, it becomes a natural thing. It's not a big deal to have that meetings, because how many times you say I got a meeting where the kids change a practice or a schedule or something event, and you go in panic mode. So you want to make these events in a cadence that's natural and regular occurrence. And I probably have to do that with the show too, by the way. So I have to think about that on how I'm going to have a regular time for the show, because right now there's cars out there. It's kind of late. And I have a feeling I had to do this a little bit earlier, but I want to let everyone know when that will be. I'm thinking by 7:30 Eastern Standard Time every day we do this show, unless something crazy happens. But I'm going to try to make a regular cadence at the same bat times, same bat channel here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And they did that so you always came to it. Everyone knows what it's going on. You can always watch this in recorded mode, though, on podcasts and everything, because I put the podcast out about 9 o'clock. After I do this, I put it up in the internet world and sends it out to the podcast world around 9 o'clock. So I think I had to do the same thing, just like I'm trying to do that 8 o'clock on Tuesday night for the jobs report show and the tech business show. So I think we're going to do 7:30 because it's a good time. Maybe. I don't know. We're working on it, but we'll see how it goes. With that, I want to say have a great day. Happy scrumming, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Fortune Cookie Friday. It's a fun day. Trying to come up with something interesting. I got 2 things I'm like pondering right now to do tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I have to design it and figure that out. So have a great day. Enjoyed. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Love, for attending our episode today. And I wish everyone the best of luck. Hey, see you.